Hi, and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Weekly Ring for Monday the 29th. I'm Ebony Duell.
And I'm Katiya Laster.
Katiya, how was your weekend?
It was really good. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I went on a Morehouse trip with the school, and I had a lot of fun and met a lot of people there.
Good.
Come out to the GLC tonight at 6 p.m. for the Grad School 101 session. This program will be sponsored by Dean Wilson and Daryl Johnson, Director of Career Services.
The Omicron Delta chapter of Delta Sigma Theta sorority presents Trunk or Treat. Go to the student union to donate bags of candy to the Salvation Army for children in the area.
Please support our JMS senior class in their effort to collect feminine products for the CTT's Center for Women.
So, Ebony, have you voted for Brooke yet?
Yes, I have. I've been voting every day. Please remember to vote for Brooke Kane as she competes to be featured in Ebony magazine. You can vote up for 3 times a day. Let's take a look at this video.
Greetings, I am Brooke Ashley Kane, a graduating senior political science major hailing all the way from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and I serve as the 39th Miss Bennett College for the academic year 2018-2019.
My platform is Strength of the Bell. Our Bennett College icon is the bell. Bells are strong, and historically their ringing has brought communities together. As Bennett Bells, we too are strong, and we must be united. My platform focuses on strengthening sisterhood within our school by nurturing and growing the strength within each of us. We must hold ourselves to a higher standard and ensure our ringing voices are heard not only at our institution, but in the world we expect to make a difference in.
So, I am here with Miss Aisha Griffin, and she is a licensed clinical counselor here at Bennett College. So, tell us a little bit about the group that you're starting.
Thank you, Katiya.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy to be here. So, yeah, I would love to. So, we are starting a group called Hope for Healing. And what that group is about folks who have experienced grief or experiencing grief and loss. I was seeing a number of students come through our office and talking to the faculty and staff, and I also was getting a sense from them that this was something that needed to be done. So in order to really service all of the students because it's such a big campus now, and we have such an influx of new students, which is great. So I said, we're going to house it during the day. So it's actually 2 days a week. It's Wednesdays from 4 to 5 and Thursdays from 4 to 5. I did it that way because I know that fresh women have their orientation class on Wednesdays. So I wanted to make sure that everyone would have a chance to participate. We're holding the group in Catchings. That is the counseling center. And for everybody who might be confused about where that is, it's also in the health center. So the counseling services and student health is in the same building. That's Catchings on the top floor.
And so is the only type of grief that you all will be talking about is like grief as in death, or could it be other types of grief that you will be learning how to deal with and manage?
That is such a good question. Actually, it will be all types of loss. What I have learned and noticed from working in this field and experienced in my life personally is that grief looks the same for a lot of different things. For example, we experience loss when people get divorced, when folks break up, when families are torn apart, when there's separation, and even from people graduating and moving on, you leave somebody behind and there's somebody still here. So yes, definitely we will discuss all forms of loss and grief.
How could someone benefit from the group sessions rather than one-on-one counseling?
One of the things about I love groups, and let me tell you why. Because people have a camaraderie. They can have that person that they can say, you know what, I identify with this, I identify with that person. It really helps them feel a little bit more comfortable opening up about what they're experiencing, because this group is a support group, but it is also a psychoeducational group. And I don't want that to scare anybody off. It simply means that you're going to be learning about grief. You're going to be learning about the 5 stages of grief. You're going to be learning about how to cope with grief in healthy ways. So that's all that means. But yes, I think that groups also, they can help each other. It's peer to peer, so it's not just the counselor saying, hey, do this, or I think this will work, but you can actually learn from someone else.
So you mentioned the 5 stages of grief. How long does it take a person to work through all 5 stages of the grief process?
Honestly, a lifetime. I don't care if you lost someone yesterday or 10 years ago. You're going to consistently move through each cycle at different periods of your life. And they're not cycles that I created, but they are the first one in the 5 stages is denial, and then you have anger, and then you have bargaining, and then you have depression, and then you have acceptance. Okay, and so what happens is people go through those stages in waves, okay, in their lives. Now, I will say this, it does get better over time as you experience these things, but we never really totally get over losing someone, but we can heal, and that's what's important.
Okay, and I was unfamiliar with the 5 stages, and I feel like with the grief, with the deaths that I faced in my life, I personally did not experience those 5 stages in order as you just put them.
Absolutely.
So is it possible to experience these stages at different points and times?
Yes.
And not in order?
Yes. You can move from acceptance on the front end, and then 3 months later something can happen, it can trigger you, and you go right into anger, which is step 2. Acceptance is step 5 or stage 5, and then anger is stage 2, or you can go right into stage 3, which could 4, which is depression. So yes, you're absolutely right. You don't go through them. Everybody doesn't go through them in the same order.
And how can people contact you if they're interested in joining the group?
I have posted flyers all around, and we have an email going out. My email address is agriffin@bennett.edu, or they can call me on my office phone at 336-517-2363. Also, of course, I'm housed in the student health building, like I said, so they can always stop by, and if I'm not available, they can leave a message with someone, and they'll let me know. But to be honest, it's an open invitation. The group can be 5 people to 20 people. It doesn't matter. We will make accommodations for however the group grows, and I would like to see it do that. So I want to really encourage all of the Bennett Bells, and at some point even faculty and staff, if you're experiencing any grief or loss of any kind, to please come and support your peers, support your students, and just come and let's do some healing. Let's heal together.
Okay, thank you for stopping by and sharing the information with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah! Welcome to the first episode of Queens Speak. We are your hosts, Maya Fagan
and Ayana Morrison.
In today's video, we're just going to give you the 5 do's and don'ts for first-year students. Coming into college, it can be a little intimidating and even frustrating because you don't know what to do and what not to do. So that's why we're here.
I'm here with Maya Fagan, and I hear that you started a new show called Queens Speak with your roommate. Can you tell me a little something about it?
Yes, so my roommate and I, Ayana Morrison, designed a show called Queens Speak, and it really blossomed out of a conversation that we were having one day.
Wow, one conversation that led to a show. Can you tell me a little bit about what you all were talking about in that conversation?
Yes, of course. So within that conversation, we started to express our feelings and how we felt as if we didn't have a safe place or a place that we can go and freely talk about the issues that we were going through within college or just our personal lives in general.
Okay, and so what are some topics that viewers can expect to be seen talked about on the show?
That's a great question. So we go from relationships, identity, self-love, school, partying. You can really find anything on Queens Speak.
Number 1, be social and network. I think college is really about who you know and not really what you know.
So who's somebody that you met?
Well, I did meet Tahisha Moyes. She's a local news anchor. And considering that I'm a journalism and media studies major, she might be able to get me an internship into the station. Who's somebody that you know?
No one.
Exactly.
All right, for number 2, we have don't forget your morals. A lot of people come to college since their parents aren't here, and they just do whatever they want, but you have to learn how to be grounded and maintain who you are.
How have you say college has changed you since you've been here?
I have a lot more freedom, most definitely, when it comes to boys, relationships, all of that. So now that my mom's not here, to be like, oh, you can't go out with this boy, I feel a little bit more like adventurous.
So what are some things that you may do to, kind of keep you grounded?
Well, my mom is like my best friend, so I feel like if I can't tell her about it, like I shouldn't do it.
That's important. I like that. Okay, so number 3, be open-minded. I think it's really important to come to college with an open mind and not be secluded or just have this mindset of like, I'm just going to go to class, I'm not going to talk to anybody, I'm just going to do my work. Go out, be adventurous, go to events, like just be social, and yeah.
You're going to like meet a whole bunch of people who are totally different too. And I think that's like really important about like the college experience, meeting people who are from like different backgrounds, all of that.
And I think also experiencing new things, it helps you grow because like you learn what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah. All right, so number 4, we have don't come to school in a relationship. A lot of people leave high school in a relationship, and they try to bring it to school, and it fails. And then they're like heartbroken the first week of school. And I did that, and it wasn't fun. So I definitely don't recommend bringing a high school relationship into college.
Yeah, I think that's most definitely important because you're in a new atmosphere and you're learning yourself. You're learning more about yourself. So just to have somebody else to worry about is just not healthy. Okay, so number 5, learn how to finesse. I think that's a big thing in college. Like, learn how to maneuver and learn the shortcuts to do. Like, what's one shortcut that you think?
Well, first of all, we're first-year students, so we don't have cars on campus.
Right.
So you gotta learn how to finesse a ride. Like, somebody's going to the function. Oh, I'm going too.
Can I go to Walmart?
Can I ride
I need to go to Walmart too.
Oh, we going together. We carpooling.
Yeah, that's important.
For number 6, we have don't go anywhere by yourself. Walking along the streets as a woman, like by yourself in an area, like a new area, is very dangerous, can be scary. So you always gotta make sure somebody's like knows where you're at.
Yeah, I think safety is a big key. And even if you are by yourself, it's good at least have one of your friends have your location, or you just keep communicating with somebody just to make sure that you're safe. Or, some sort of protection, even if it's mace, something to protect yourself is important too. Okay, so number 7, get a hobby. I think that's really important, especially if you don't have a job coming into college. Find a little niche that, keeps money in your pocket, whether it's doing hair, making clothes, doing somebody's homework. Something. Just get a hobby.
You also need a hobby for like therapeutic reasons, I guess. Like you just need a release or somewhere to go, like to clear your mind, like dancing, singing, going to run around the track a few times.
Yeah, mental health is a big thing in college too because a lot of people can get depressed, anxiety, stress. Yeah, so having an outlet is most definitely important in college.
All right, so for number 8, we have do not turn up on the weekdays. Monday through Thursday, that should be reserved for school.
Yes. And on the weekends,
yes,
that's a different story. On the weekends, we can go out. But on the weekdays, most definitely do your work. Work comes first. School comes first. Okay, so number 9. Meet others at other schools. Like, it's important, I think, to have friends that go to other schools because they might be having an event and they're like, hey, we're doing something today. Do you want to come? And we might be sitting here bored and we're like, oh, yeah, we can go over there. They're doing something. Absolutely. So it's really important. And that goes back to also networking because, like, they might know somebody at their school that can help you out with something. So it's just important to know the people at other schools as well.
That's also a part of, like, finesse.
That is a part of
finessing your way into an event. All right, so for the final don't, we have don't trust no one.
You don't trust me?
No, I do trust you. It's a double negative. So what I'm saying is you should have some people that you trust, but you can't trust everyone. Like the way I trust you.
I feel that. Well, there you go. 5 do's and don'ts for first-year students.
Did you fill out your FAFSA yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, the deadline's December. What are you waiting for? Go. Wait. But before you leave, let's ring the bell.